Hey everyone, Andrew back again and welcome to another video, and today I've got a few things to talk about within this one video. I'm wanting to give my opinions on the latest bit of news in regards to next year's Halloween movie. I also went and saw it in the theatres last Tuesday night, so I'm going to talk briefly about that, and then to end the video I'll be showing a couple of Blu-rays and a couple of DVDs to finish things up. So alrighty, first things first, let's talk about this pretty awesome news in regards to next year's Halloween film. So it had been quite a while since any news had popped up in regards to the movie, and I was getting a little bit worried, to be honest, because this has happened a few times in the past where there's been some solid information and then there's been nothing, and the movie has ended up getting cancelled. But luckily, not the case this time around. So it has been officially announced as of yesterday, I believe, that Jamie Lee Curtis will be returning for next year's Halloween, and she will be coming back in her role as Laurie Strode. And I think this is absolutely awesome information, great information for the fans, in my opinion. So basically this is going to be a direct sequel from Halloween 2. It's going to be a proper Halloween 3 in my opinion, not the shitty Season of the Witch. I don't care what anyone says. I don't think that's a good movie, and no, it's not because Michael isn't in it. I just don't think it's good. So yeah, to have a proper official sequel to Halloween 2 is going to be pretty awesome. Now, initially I thought, well, hang on, because she was an H2O and then she got killed off in Halloween Resurrection, but obviously they're going to dismiss those movies and just focus on a direct sequel to Halloween 2, which I cannot wait. I think this is definitely the way the movie needed to go, and of course having Jamie Lee Curtis involved and of course John Carpenter involved, this movie is looking really damn promising in my opinion. I think they're making all the right choices in terms of people involved, and of course having Jamie Lee Curtis come back as Laurie. And for her to come back, it's a pretty big deal, because I'm sure a lot of you hardcore Halloween fans know her opinions on horror and the Halloween franchise in general. You know, I'm not really too sure her opinions now, but I do know a few years back she wasn't really that interested in talking about the Halloween franchise or horror in general, and it wasn't really until she started attending a couple of conventions that she really understood the massive fan base, and her opinions did change a little bit. So for her to come back, it's a massive deal, and I'm really glad she is, because in my opinion she's the only Laurie Strode. So yeah, that's really all I have to say without going on a massive ramble. But yeah, basically the latest news for next year's Halloween movie is Jamie Lee Curtis will be coming back as Laurie Strode. So I cannot wait. I'm definitely going to enjoy the ride and the build up to this movie, because I think, you know, over the next several months leading up to its release, we're going to find out more about the movie, obviously, and yeah, it's looking very promising, and I'm extremely excited. So yeah, definitely let me know what you think of this bit of news in the comments section below. Are you pretty keen for this? Are you not? Would you rather just have the movie start afresh? But yeah, I'm all for it. I think they're making a lot of great decisions with who's involved with this movie. So yeah, I cannot wait for it. So yeah, that's that bit of news. Now moving on to It. So as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I went to the cinema last Tuesday night and saw It. So just to get it out there, my cinema experience was fucking terrible, and sorry to swear, but it was awful. Quite possibly the worst cinema experience I have ever had. So I will not be going to a night session again, or during the weekend. Basically I'm going to stick to going to the movies during the day, during the week, when people are at work and people are at school, because I do not want to have another movie experience like the one I had. So I arrived at the cinema early. There wasn't many people in the theatre, and I thought, oh, this is going to be good. It's not going to have too many people. A group of teenage boys rocked up, and then my worst nightmare, a group of teenage girls turned up, a lot of them, and I thought, oh great, here we go. And I was right. They screamed out during the movie a lot. They talked for most of the movie and were on their phones, and it was fucking rude, and I was about to lose my shit. So yeah, the cinema experience was terrible, but the movie itself was fantastic. Now, it was pretty much everything that I was expecting it to be, and I'm not going to compare it to the miniseries because I'm not really a massive fan of the miniseries. I think it's extremely dated, and I don't really think that the chemistry between the characters was that great. But this movie was exceptional. As I mentioned, it was pretty much everything that I was expecting it to be. And I just thought it was a perfect blend of a coming-of-age story, something very similar to a lot of the 80s movies that we're really, really familiar with and love, and horror. You know, it had the perfect mix of both, and yeah, I just thought it was extremely well done. All the characters, the young kids, worked really, really well together. They had absolutely fantastic chemistry together, and yeah, there was not really a bad character within this movie. I thought Pennywise looked absolutely fantastic, and it had a really good gore effects. They weren't too overdone. The blood in the bathroom scene with Beverly looked absolutely amazing. I loved it. And yeah, I just thought it was all around a really, really well done movie, and I thought it was fantastic. The only slight complaint that I have with it, and a little fun fact here, the guy that played Henry Bowers, the bully within the movie, lives in a town 15 minutes from where I live. I've never met him before or anything like that. I don't personally know him, of course, but that was pretty neat. I thought his character was a little bit underdeveloped within the movie, but I guess, you know, with time constraints and stuff like that, they couldn't really focus on anyone. So that's probably my only slight issue, considering he played a pretty big role, especially towards the end of the movie. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more character development with him and his sort of gang, I guess, throughout more of the film. But other than that, the movie was great. So yeah, if you've one of the few people that have still yet to see it, I highly, highly recommend it, and it's certainly one that I am going to be picking up immediately when it hits Blu-ray. Alrighty, and to wrap this video up, I have 4 movies to quickly show you guys. 2 I've seen already, 2 I haven't. I'm going to save those movies that I haven't seen for my October Horrorthon, so there will be separate mini reviews videos talking about the movies during October. But anyway, first up, I got this via a trade from Simon or Explosive Action. It's the code red of Hide and Go Shriek. It's been years since I've seen this movie, and I own a very, very dark transfer on DVD, so looking forward to checking this one out. From memory, it wasn't that memorable for me, but perhaps the bad transfer had something to do with that, so I'm definitely looking forward to revisiting this one. This is probably one I'm going to check out sometime during October, so Simon, thanks for that. One I am definitely keen to check out is The Void, which I've heard a lot of absolutely fantastic things about. I may end up caving in and watching this one before October, we'll see. But yeah, very, very excited to check this one out. The next 2 movies are a double feature from Umbrella Entertainment. We have Kardashian and Innocent Prey. Two Aussie horror movies that I've never seen before. So looking forward to checking them out. I haven't really heard too much about either of these movies. Kardashian sounds great. It sort of sounds like a Aboriginal kind of spiritual horror movie, I guess. And Innocent Prey, from what I understand, is a bit of a slasher, which also stars PJ Soles. So yeah, looking forward to checking both of these out. So that's that. I'll definitely be doing a review video for these two during October. And last but certainly not least, a movie that really needs no introduction. Picked up another edition of Halloween. I don't know how many copies I have now, well over 30 I believe. This is just an Anchor Bay release from the UK. It's a 2-disc set with the lenticular cover. Nothing overly special about it. It was a cheap pickup off eBay and it was a release I didn't have. So happy to add another addition to my Halloween collection. It's been a while. Alrighty, so that pretty much does it for this video. Bit of everything within this video, but anyway, let me know what you think of the latest Halloween news. So Jamie Lee Curtis coming back as Laurie. Also, if you've seen it, let me know what you thought of that movie. And if you've seen any of the movies that I showed at the end of the video, also let me know what you think of those. Anyway guys, that does it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it and thank you for watching.